Haley Beth, how are you? Good to see you, Haley. How's my sound? You able to hear me? What's up, Toadstool Titan? Good to see you. Hey, Aries, thank you for stopping in. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. How you doing, Haley? You're good? I guess you can hear me then. All right. Hey, Mango, how you doing? Good to see you. Clearly gotcha. There she is, the lady of the hour. Pamela Walsh 28 is in the chat. And for those that don't know, she is going to be our featured guest this evening. Right on, Haley Beth. I appreciate it. Thank you, Haley. You're amazing. Appreciate everybody stopping in. It's been a little bit since I've been on. We're about to turn that around though. I'm about to start getting some more stuff done here. I've been working on the shop, a few other things. So appreciate everybody stopping in. Hopefully, I'm doing good, Haley. I hope you are. And what's happening? How you doing, Italo? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. We're gonna talk a little bit about Theory of Radio. Just waiting for my buddy Chad Rev come through. We'll see what's up with him. Hey, Freak Morbidity, good to see you. Good to see you. It would probably help him out if I actually sent him some sort of share or something, though, right? He's not, that might be helpful to him. There he is. Right on. Natasha OG is right there. Good to see you, OG. Thank you, Haley. Haley on it. Oh boy, there he is. It's gonna be all right.
Woo! How's it going, Guinness?
Baby, like Matty Pace, huh?
Woo, baby.
How you doing, man?
Man, I was gonna say something crude, but I'm not gonna start your show that way today. I'm really tired.
Heard that. You've been doing about 4 lives a day, man. You all right?
Man, I've been working my ass off, and I figure if I'm going to work, I might as well turn the camera on.
Did you get did you get your post done?
All finished.
Right on. Why don't you tell us about it, man?
All finished.
Tell us all about it, dude.
It just so happens, and if you're asking yourself right now, is that a fence post? Indeed, it is a fence post. It was right off of my dad's farm. And that's the quickest one I've ever done. I pulled that off in 10 days, start to finish. And the quickest one I've done before that was just over 2 months, if that tells you the breakneck speed I was working at. So, yeah.
Hey, Joshua.
And,
John Lang, what's up, man?
And I just entered it into the Cutsall Creature Carving Contest.
The Cutsall Creature Carving Contest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do tell. What happens should you win, place, or draw in the Cutsall Freaky Deaky Carving Contest?
Well, I get a gift card for Cutsall, which I could spend it over 10 times, like in my sleep, because I love Cutsall. I mean, they say, here's a gift certificate to your favorite tool company, and you're like, yep. Sure thing. And, I get bragging rights. So I can be like...
You're like, okay.
Okay.
I'll take that.
So, yeah, and I mean, I'm a Cutsall affiliate, and if they're going to have a creature, carving thing, I can't be left out. That's my place, and that's my thing. So...
Heard that. Dude, it looks cool, man. It looks cool. I love it. Don't drop it.
It's touchable, I suppose.
Yo.
Check out those teefuses. I don't have my lights set up very well to show you guys right now. But yeah, that was a rush, quick. I had to have something in there because, well, I mean, it's Cutsall and it's creatures.
That's
So,
cool, man.
There we go.
Right
That's
on,
what you
brother.
got.
Dude just did him a quick Frankenstein in a few days out of a fence post.
Out of a fence
Nice,
post, yeah.
man. I like your little
thought it
rotary
was-
thing you got working there.
Yeah, a little lazy Susan. I got a kick out of my dad because he reposted my Facebook post and was like, "What do your kids do when you give them the end of a fence post off your farm?" I don't remember how he worded it. He was like, "Mine did this," and everybody was like, "What?"
Whoa! That's awesome, man. I love it.
He's like, "Yep." What do your kids do when you give them the top off a fence post?
What's up, Techie? Thanks for everybody that joined, and I didn't mention your name yet. I appreciate y'all stopping in. Good to see everybody. See a bunch of cool, good people passing through. Cool, man. Well, I love it, dude. I appreciate you sharing
Thank
that
you.
with us. Absolutely, man. So y'all
Sure
make
thing.
sure to go check out Chad Revard. He's got merch. You can get shirts that ask, "Do you even sawdust?" You got
Bro,
he's got, you know, mugs and stickers, and there's even stuff that looks like him, I think, which is
know.
scary. So
I know.
you know,
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
so I got it reversed. So take on your cloak of invisibility and go over and check Chad's stuff out. Y'all don't know that, but Chad can go invisible. Just
Did you see that?
like
I just
that.
did. You ready? Ready? Just like that.
So for those that don't know, we got Pamela Walsh Arts on tonight. I'm stoked about this one. This is somebody that I personally have wanted to get on for a while. She's an incredible artist. She does art in all kinds of modalities, including poetry and music. So she's good at all of it. So she's got cool stuff made with epoxy. She's got painting. She's got drawing. I'm telling you, if it's an art function, she can do it. She's in. So I'm looking forward to having her on. She's in the chat. Appreciate everybody coming through. I'm gonna go through a call list a little bit and see where we're at that point, and then hopefully I can get most of it in. Do you have any announcements or anything like that, Chad?
I do. I
Okay,
happen
what-
to. I have announcements.
Well, let's make it happen.
Oh, you want me to tell them? Okay. Guys, Thursday, Halloween, Chad Rev Art Show. Me and the Gin are bringing in Shane Scare into the window. It's going to be freaking amazing. Please check it out. And then later that night, midnight central, your boy's coming back with the witching hour. We're going to do some paint with the old red groovy. We're going to broadcast some stuff that I had to get okayed through the overlord, who will take the brunt of me getting in trouble if it happens. So be there. 6 o'clock Central and then midnight Central, Halloween. That's what I got, buddy.
Feel free to English. That's the language that I'm trying to speak right now. To wear a costume, folks. Show up Thursday night at Chad's stuff with a costume. There may be Viking sightings. You never know what might happen. So, at any rate, y'all go check out. He's over here at the Chad Rev Art Show. Dude,
I'm over that way.
I'm trying to relearn the whole mirrored thing, man, and I'm struggling. But, you know, I'm a simpleton, so.
Should I mirror mine too? Would that make it even more confusing for you? I mean, I could
doubt
probably
it.
do that.
You're still going to be
Nah, I
on the
won't.
same side of my screen. It won't matter which way
Yeah.
you're pointing to me.
Well,
I just got
I
to
tell you
remember to
what,
point the
here.
opposite way.
I'll just do this. Does that help?
I'm used to that, bro. That's the side of you I normally see.
Oh my god.
So y'all, we've got a bunch of amazing people on this platform. That's what this show is about, is highlighting folks out there. You see them on the wall behind me. One of the things that I've been working on is expanding things. So we got all the way from Uncle Knowing and Hanson all the way around Down here we got our whimsical little birdie and Can Do and some folks like that. And then you get all the way to the other wall and you got Dirty 530 and Project Zero and our good friend Aaron Hammonds. So there's all kinds of amazing artists out there to support. Part of the reason we do this show is to highlight that and to shout folks out. And so I have a whole bunch of collaborations going with guitars and a lot of those folks. So that'd be how we could start off. Check out Jason Woodward, guitarist. He's an amazing guitarist, a hell of a nice guy. And he just got done building a studio, and his lives are absolutely dope. I haven't been able to make it in there much this last couple weeks, but I'm telling you, if you enjoy music, if you enjoy guitar of any genre, the dude can play it. Go in there, check it out. This is what his merch looks like. In my link tree, you can find a lot of these artists. You can find Chad and a whole host of the other artists you see on the wall behind me and that we talk about on here. And I'm not compensated for that. It's just a link to their stuff. It'll take you directly there. And I 100% do not mind if you leave during a live and go check out their stuff. That's why it's there. It's there so that folks can go find it and check it out. So please do that. Encourage other people to do that. I would also like to say that if you have a show going on and you do something at a consistent time, let me know. I'll put you in the call and the shout outs. And even if I don't get you necessarily shouted out on this show, sometimes when I'm doing my flow states, I'll go grab the shout out sheet and I'll do call outs then. And sometimes there's quite a few folks that see that and respond to that. So, at any rate, please take advantage of that. I'd love to support y'all. Just drop that stuff in my DMs and I'll keep adding to the list. And we'll just rotate through it each week. Chad Rev Art is one of those amazing artists. He just showed you some of his stuff. And we've got some collaborations going between CR Alsop Guitars, Chad Rev Art, and myself. And that is going to be a neck through guitar that I go down to Adairsville, Georgia, or he comes up here. I think I'm going to go down there for that gig. And we're going to build a blank that is the body and the headstock and the neck, and then we're going to send it to this guy over here, and he's going to carve it into an actual guitar. SA Artistries, who did this artwork right there, is also has one in her possession already. Hanson Art Studios already has one in his possession. Eric the Airbrush Artist is about to have one. Bob Not So Ross. And then we've got Severed Art and our whimsical little birdie, Kara Wilson Art. And we're going to be collaborating with Moose and Can Do on one for Theory of Radio. And I'm going to be doing a memorial piece for Tweets. And that is going to be decided by the ladies of Sister Chat. And so that brings me to them. Please go support Sister Chat. They're on Saturdays at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. They always talk about really interesting stuff, and they are amazing group of women, and they suffered a huge loss lately. So if you're ever going to go by and support some folks, they lost Tweets. So maybe go by and support them. Speaking of loss, our good friend Davino Caprice lost his mother. Recently, Lady Shine lost her mother. So if you happen to see them wandering around, please show them some love. And specifically, Davino, go look him up. If you see him, please give him your support. We love that dude, and he's always been good to us. So please show him some love. And Davino, we're very sorry, brother. I'm sorry, man. So there's nothing I can say that's going to make it better other than I'm sorry. So I'd also like you to, we'll switch that up to a positive note. If you're not familiar with Matty Pace, please go check out our dude, Matty Pace. He is absolutely incredible. He is the most positive vibe on TikTok Live. He's on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1:30 Eastern Time until. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, Eric. He's also on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Go check out Matty Pace. He's an amazing guy, and he has some fantastic content, and he really puts in the hard work to have good content. So please go check out Matty. Mentioned just a minute ago our friend SA Artistries. Hey, Tim, good to see you, buddy. SA Artistries is, you never know when you might catch her on, but if you do catch her on, she is definitely worth checking out. So go follow SA Artistries, turn on your notifications for her. She did that piece of art right there, which is incredible in its own right. The camera doesn't do it justice, but it also, when you turn on, thank you, Tim. I appreciate it, man. When you turn on the black light and turn out the real lights, that thing turns into a whole nother painting. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you, Chip. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. You see Tim McCoy right up here. There's a Tim McCoy sticker up there. And I have a black palm pepper grinder from Tim McCoy. If you have not seen Tim McCoy doing his thing, check Tim out. He just got back from Ireland. I asked him how his trip was. Haley Dot, our good friend Haley Dot, has a show on Friday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and I regret that I missed it last week. I try to be there every week. Haley, if you're out there, I'm sorry I missed your show, boo. I always try to be there, but sometimes life happens. But please go check out the Haley Dot show. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Fridays. She always does something fun. She's an amazing human being. And if I had to pick one person off this entire platform, including Chad Revart, to support, and I could only support one, it would be Haley. Sorry, Chad. You're my dude, man. I think you'd do the same. Haley, Chad would dump my ass in a minute for Haley, as he should. We love you, Haley. We love you, Haley. Keep doing your thing, boo. We got another friend called Ashman out there. I hadn't seen Ash in a while. I need to somehow see that dude or just something. But Ashman on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. He does the basic art show, and then on Fridays he does a show called Drawn and Quartered. So please go check out Ashman. Incredible dude. Love his work, and you find his work here behind us in a couple places. Eric the Airbrush Artist, our homie. That's his work right there. You might have saw the advert for this show. I was wearing his shirt. He also has gear you can go check out. Eric the Airbrush Artist. He's amazing. He does amazing work, and you can get some merch from that guy too if you would like to. He does a show every Saturday or every other Saturday. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly, but I know you can look for them at Saturday, and I believe it's 5 Mountain Standard Time. I'm just having trouble keeping up with which Saturday it's on. It's every other one, but I'm not sure. I think they just had one, but check with him. Eric, drop it in there if you're there. And that's another reminder. If you are in one of my lives, and I don't know why the screen is so dark. If you are in one of my lives, and you see me doing a flow state, unless it's this show and I have a guest on, if I'm doing a flow state, feel free to drop your information. I don't care if you go on and you come in my live and say, hey, I'm about to go live. If people are interested in what you do, I want them to go see it. So I don't mind at all. Come in and say, hey, I'm about to go live. Maybe a few people to jump over there and check out what you're doing. Natasha Art, OG. We love you. That's Natasha Art right there. We always going to shout Natasha Art, just like we always going to shout out painting at Tiffany's, wherever you are out there. We love you, Tiffany. Hope you're doing good. Eve's Artistry, another amazing artist out there. You see some of her work right there. If you see her, tell her I did in fact watch The Nightmare Before Christmas. Hopefully that'll be a good thing. I might have seen it a few times, but at any rate.
Whoa. You watched it?
I did.
I'm so proud of you, Ken. I'm so proud of you. Did you like it?
I did.
You lie. That's like Gen lie face, guys. I see it. It wasn't for him. Carry on. Next time. I'm not
I mean, it was cool. It was cool, man. It was cool. I understand why it's such a cult classic. There's lots of layers to it, and it's well written. and there's a lot of funny little snippet. It's one of those things I think you have to watch more than once so that you can kind of pick up on everything. You know what I mean? The first time through, it's kind of fast. So I'm not. Yeah, it isn't that I didn't like it or anything. It's just
I won't judge you. You watched it. I'm proud.
I think it's one of those. I actually watched it a couple times. So I think it's. You got to kind of. The first time through, it's a lot for my brain anyway. And then, but there's a lot of layers, and I like the writing and all that. So I get it. Sure. I get why people dig it so much. Johnny Ray and Mondo Art, two other amazing artists. I just want to shout out, if you see Johnny Ray or you see Mondo, amazing human beings, amazing artists. Hey Rule, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Rule's another one. Rule is here locally to where I'm at. And Rule grows Japanese maple trees, and I can't wait to see this journey. He just started a new garden. He had one where he was, and he just moved to this area. So that's going to be dope. Hey, there's Mondo right there, y'all. Give Mondo a follow. Speaking of, there's Chip. Thank you, Chip. There's Chip 76 right there. He is also represented behind me here, right there, actually. And go check him out. Chip 76 is our buddy. He's always supporting folks, and he even had a spot over there with Chad, and that's pretty cool. You can go check that out too. So appreciate your Rule. Thank you, man. Wafty Llama, if you're out there, we love you, Wafty. Wafty's always doing something cool. If you see Wafty, show him some love. Tenda Chocolate, mwah, nothing but love for you, Tenda, wherever you at out there. Hope you're doing all right. Kira Wilson Art, our favorite little whimsical birdie. She has a show from 6 to 9, right? Yeah. We got a little love for Kira for sure. 6 to 9.
That's our homie.
Monday nights Eastern time. You can catch her on. If you catch her on, she's always informative. She's an amazing artist. Y'all, she's got a degree in business, and she's been in art for a couple decades. She doesn't look like it or sound like it, but she's been around. She knows the business. By look or sound like it, you wouldn't think that she's been doing art for 20-something years internationally.
I know, right?
You know what I mean? But she's just amazing. Yep. And you can catch over on the YouTubes, you can catch her entire interview. She was on this very show.
Yep.
We got Lady Shines out there. As I mentioned earlier, Lady Shines recently lost her mother, so if you run across her, please show her some love. Give her a little extra love. She has a show that she does on Sundays, 5:30 Mountain Standard Time in the evening. That's her creative prompt show, which always inspires a whole bunch of artists to do cool stuff. So go check that out. She does Meditation Monday at 4:30 a.m. Get with that. And Walk With Me Wednesday, she does at 11 a.m. Lainey Shines is good people. She does a lot to help other people, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd show her some love as well. Absolutely, Chip. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. We got Hanson and Kiki doing their thing late night. Put on your grown folks' clothes and all the trimmings. But Kiki and Hanson are doing their thing. They do a show on Tuesday and a show on Thursday, I believe. So go check them out. They generally come on, 12:30, 1 o'clock Eastern time in the morning, something like that. You got Punk Rock at 7 p.m. Eastern times, doing his thing. And then you got on Wednesdays at 12:30, you've got Courtney and Jay, which are doing a show on addiction. And that's pretty cool, because what's included in that is, even if you just had a bad day or a bad week, or you just need to go get something off your chest, they're good listeners. It's a good place to do that, and I think it's a necessary thing for grown folks these days. It's okay to be stressed out. It's just not okay to treat people like shit because you're stressed out. So it's a good place to go. Just try to vent a little bit, and maybe not take it out on the folks around you. So I appreciate them doing that. It's really an awesome thing that they're doing. There's a guy named Marty Ewok that wanders around out there. If you happen to run across Marty Ewok, check him out. He's an amazing dude. He's a drummer. and he's a pretty cool content creator. You got Chris Church, who you can catch doing his rendition of Hurt on my page. He's playing music. He's doing his thing. That's Monday through Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch him. He's worth checking out for sure. DJ Willison. We want to make sure to give her a shout out. If you see DJ, make sure you give her some love. Chris Major, if you see Chris Major out there crocheting her ass off, her content is amazing, y'all. Just even if you're not into crocheting, go check out Chris Major's content. She's dope as shit. Shane Scare, guest that's coming up on Chad's show. Definitely make sure to check out Shane Scare. Yeah, I agree, Lita. I agree. And by the way, Lita is another amazing artist on this platform. I was able to run into her this morning over on the Max V Empower Hour. If you get a chance, go check out the Max V Empower Hour. He's always got somebody on there good. Very receptive to artists and musicians and everybody like that. And there's Southern Gothic right there. She's who I was referring to as Kiki, who you can catch her and Hanson on the late night hours. Like I said, Max V, the Empower Hour, go check out Max V. He's a good dude. He's trying to do good things over there. Eve's Artistry, I mentioned her a little bit earlier, but she definitely has Musical Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And she's got a couple other shows too. Please check them out. She's good people, and she's an amazing artist in her own right. We've got Danielle, another person out there, this amazing human being. We don't get to see her as often as we like, but Danielle, if you come across her, she does some amazing artwork. Chip76, our dude, 3530 and Flex Flare. You can catch 3530 and Flex Flare with Eric the Airbrush Artist on the Saturdays I was mentioned. We also got Rick the Muse out there doing his thing. Make sure to check out Rick the Muse. Make sure to check out Severed Art. Severed Art is going to be collabing on one of these guitars. Goopy's got a band. Our friend Goopy Goop has a band. Go check it out. It's called Radical Operations. And Goopy does some amazing art, and he also plays some music, and he's also been on the window.
I just dropped that content today.
Right on. And Goopy is one hell of a dude. Absolutely one hell of a guy. And then you got Burgess and Chandel. Burgess the painting DJ and Chandel. And they're always doing something cool. Chandel does a karaoke, and Burgess paints and DJs and plays drums and plays guitar and does all different kinds of stuff. He's amazing. And Mango, thank you. And if you get the opportunity and you just turn on your notifications for them, either one of them, it's fun. It's good. It's good stuff. So if you like singing, you'll probably see Haley over there too. You'll be able to catch up with Haley over there singing. She likes to hang out with them sometimes. So go check them out. See what's going on. If you want to get and our buddy Leatherface, Lunchtime Leatherface. Make sure you go support that dude. Lunchtime Leatherface.
Yeah, please do.
That's Chad's new homie. I believe he might end up replacing me, but for now, I'm going to shout him out until he takes my job. Until he takes my job and makes hamburgers out of me.
Yin chili.
Yes. Check out the Samuel Band. Just go check out the Samuel Band. Why not? What the hell have you got to lose? Anything? What you got, man? Anything you got? Anybody that I missed? I know there's a lot of people that I missed, but I'm out of time.
It's an eternal, infinite list. We will never make it through the entire list ever again.
So in 1 minute, I'm going to try to. I've got a minute left, and I'm going to try to hit a bunch of them. You got Lens Creative, you got Spurs, you got Amy Lee, you got Project Zero, you got Tim McCoy, Heartless, LP and Emma from over there at Theory of Radio, Optimistic Devil the Poet, Tarazu 82, Fay Ray Art, MC Forever, Coach Abel, Monsters and Monsteros, Bakken Arts, Their Music, Aaron Hammond, Bruton 2. Jeff, our buddy Jeff, who did a spot in the window. C Money, Lita, Skittles Calligraphy, Pack Mentality, and Chainsaw Tracy, Babs, our boy Zach, Dirty 530, Chip again, and Joshua. Joshua, who is significant to tonight's show. Josh is a good dude. I went into his show this morning and snatched up Pamela. So appreciate you, Joshua. If you're still in here, if the mods would, if Pamela's still in here, please send her up. Let's try to get all the things checked out. And look, Pamela, and at the end of the thing tonight, I'm gonna have to get to Theory of Radio. We got a magazine here. I just want to make sure to get my guest on time. That's how we do things around here. I'm sure Theory understands that of all people. Hey, there she is. So this is the awkward part where I say nice things about you, and then you're just kind of hanging out here. So can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, and we can see
yes,
you.
ma'am.
Yes, absolutely. So the person that we have in the box over here, for those that don't know, is Pamela Walsh Arts, and I'm excited to have Pamela on today because I wanted Pamela on. Selfishly, this is one of those artists out there that I've really wanted to get on the show because she's just an eclectic artist. She does so many different things. She does them well, and she does them with humility and compassion, and I absolutely love that. She is one of those people that I have seen be in a room, and I'm guilty of this. She would be there for a long period of time and never say a word. It's just kind of who she is. So I am going to make the concerted effort to do a better job of making sure to say, hey, Pamela, what are you thinking? And because after the opportunity that I had to get to speak with her for a little bit today, I like her even more. There's an incredible amount of depth to this human being, and there's a whole lot of compassion and, like I said, humility and thoughtfulness and consideration. And she's been through some things in her life, and like Chad, she's another one of those people that made a decision that I'm not going to let that make me mean and hateful. I'm going to make me a more loving person. And I respect folks so much that do that. And I hold you in high regard for both of you over there for that reason. Even if you weren't talented artists, you would be amazing human beings. You just happen to be talented artists as well, which means that you have a little bit bigger voice than most might have. And you choose to use that voice to help other people. And I absolutely love you both for that. So I don't want to say too much. Pamela is one of those people that, and I can relate to this, that if you're too complimentary, it makes her very uncomfortable. And so we're going to try to be cognizant of that. We're going to try to send her up into the big box. And purple is my favorite color, by the way.
Very nice. I like it.
Welcome, Pamela. I'm so honored that you would be here. It is absolutely amazing. I'm giddy to have you on. I really am.
I'm kind of giddy to be here. I was not expecting this when I woke up this morning. That's for sure.
Perfect. We're doing something a little different these days, and I like the way it's working out, actually. So what happened this morning, y'all, was I've been contemplating since the hurricane and everything up here in Western North Carolina. I didn't schedule out the number of weeks that I normally would ahead of time, and I've just been kind of playing it a little different way. So I showed up, I don't know, 7:00 in the morning in the live that she was in and said, hey, you want to do the show tonight? And here she is. So I have figured out that some of these folks that I'd really like to have on, you just got to be like, hey, you want to be on? And then see what happens. So thank you for being here. I know that you didn't get a big, long build-up, but truthfully, you are the big, long build-up. You're amazing at what you do.
Yeah.
So I would encourage everyone to tune in, listen up. you probably learned something, and if nothing else, you're gonna have a little bit of fun. We're gonna just have a conversation about art, and she's gonna kind of take us through almost a chronological series of events in her life, and we're gonna include art, and there's gonna be poetry. And Ezra, if you're listening, you need to have all your shit together here, buddy. All right. So we have a poet that has free reign to do whatever she wants to do on whatever topic she wants, and I will support her 100% to do that. And Ezra always watches my back. So Ezra, I know you're out there somewhere. I appreciate you. If not, I have this on copy that I told you ahead of time.
Yeah. So real advanced warning there again. Really advanced.
Hey man, how much time do you need, man? I mean, it's what you do, right?
Ezra, just hold on tight, Ezra. Grab your bucket and your mop, and we'll be good.
So, with all of that, Pamela, thank you so much for being here. How are you tonight?
Yes.
A little nervous, but I'm good. I'm good.
Well, you
say hi to everybody in the audience that I know, like Jen.
Please do.
Hi, Quinn and Aaron, and especially Joshua.
Aaron. Yes, and, please do. Please do.
And Spurs and I can't do the names. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
and Chandel and Sing With Me. Aaron Hammond's good to see you, brother. He's got art on the wall behind me. Another amazing dude right there.
Sing With Me is another one that you need to talk to again. Absolutely.
Sing With Me? Yeah, you mentioned Sing With Me today.
Her name is Shannon. You absolutely need to talk to her too.
So, Joshua, I see Joshua's in the house as well. It's nice to meet Joshua this morning. Chad, you would love Joshua's play. I went in this morning, Chad. Pamela's been telling me about Joshua, and he's a musician. But he does a show in the mornings where he has a playlist of like 10,000 songs, and he just lets them play randomly. And it's pretty incredible. Like this morning, Fiona Apple was followed by some like classic piece.
Nice.
Really cool. As an example, there's always these juxtapositions that happen. So I almost sent you a share this morning when you were sleeping, but I knew it wouldn't do any good. But if you're ever up in the morning, stop through and check out Joshua, what he's got going on. I know that the musician and the vocalist in you would absolutely love it. Yeah, so 100%. That little public service announcement was directed directly at Chad Rev Art. You're going to love this dude, man, I'm telling you. If you're not familiar with Joshua, please go get familiar with Joshua.
Musical whiplash. I'm into it.
We're going to see more. We're going to see more of him, I promise.
All right. Cool.
So Pamela, I think we got a lot of the people shouted out here that have arrived supporting you. Deservedly so. And so let's start at the beginning. Let's go all the way back to the very beginning and just kind of get us started off on who you are and
all right.
such.
I am the youngest of 7 siblings. I am a tail ender by 10 years. So I was very much spoiled. I didn't even have to talk until I was 3 because all I had to do was point at something and someone would get it to me. But that also came with other issues, like always feeling like I was being left out and left behind just because I was too young to be included. And that kind of started a negative reel in my head. And it wasn't the fault of my parents or my family in any way, shape, or form. They love me. I love them. They're awesome. But it was just the circumstances. And that led to a whole lot of insecurities in my life that really didn't need to be there. And honestly, it led in different stages and for different reasons. It led to me actually physically cringing when I got compliments at some point in my life. So I've gotten much better about it now. But
I mean, it's a real thing, though. It's a real visceral feeling. I mean, it's
But I always liked art class in school, and music was like a real close second. And I doodled all the time on everything. Everything I handed in had doodles on it. And I had some teachers that hated it, and some teachers that thought they were cool. And I never knew what to think either. But I always had to doodle. I couldn't hear if I wasn't doing something with my hands, you know. And but anyway, when I was 13, I drew my first dragon, and it's taped up and it's hard to see. But that's my first dragon. That's my first actual try at a
Oh, that's awesome. You still have it. I love
Look
it.
to see your first piece. That's cool.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get the legs right, so I had to put one leg up on a thing, and I didn't want to do the hand, so I did it. Yeah, a lot of cop outs on it.
That is so cool.
That's
it
amazing.
So cool.
And it had been folded enough that it kind of fell apart, and then my mom taped it together with masking tape. See how old that is.
I love it.
That is cool.
That is fantastic. Absolutely love it.
And then from there, I went to this.
Nice.
In about a year. No, 2 years. About 2 years. Yeah. That's some of my early stuff. I enjoyed art class. Art class was my escape. And it was where I got to express myself without... Oops. Excuse me. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Sometimes calls do funny things, but anyway, it was one place in high school art class, especially, was the one place I could express myself without being judged too harshly. I mean, she would critique, and I never experienced before this, I never experienced a critique without criticism, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a huge difference. And I mean, if you are, especially a young person, if you are talking to a young person and you are looking at their art, make sure you know the difference between a critique and criticism, because
Yes.
it makes such a huge impression. I was very insecure about anything that I did because of a lot of things. And if I got too much criticism, I would drop it. I would let it go. I would not do it anymore because I thought I wasn't good enough at it. And while I never really did quit doodling, I quit taking art seriously when I got married because my ex-husband is an ex for a reason. And I quit writing in there and stuff. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I started writing poetry in high school because they had a college creative writing course, which had a higher GPA, which I knew if I did good in that class, it would bring my GPA up so that I would, have a better chance at having a decent GPA at the end of the year. And I actually took 3 of those classes: creative writing, philosophy, and psychology. And the philosophy teacher, I went to him. Hello, HS. I went to him. I plopped down a whole notebook of poems, and I said, "This is what I want to get better at doing this." Basically, by taking the philosophy class, and he was all for it, So he never said anything if I was sitting there writing or doodling in his class, and but I was forbidden to participate in class discussions after his explanation of a card game, because he was trying to explain how poker works and that you have to do this to do that, and you have to lay this card down for this and whatnot. And I'm like, that's only if you want to win. if you don't want to win, if it doesn't matter to you, then it doesn't matter. There is no have to, you know? And he's like, you be quiet and write. Okay. He was going to spend half the class on this lecture, and I just cut right to the sheet. But anyway, I ended up getting a pretty good grade in that class.
You make a good point. If you don't care about winning the game or not, it changes the whole dynamic of the game, don't it?
Right, exactly. And in the creative writing class, the midterm for it was you had to do writing and it had to be so many words. And I handed in 20 poems. And then the final was basically the same thing, but the word count was higher. And you could do any kind of writing you want. You could write a short story. You could write a series of short stories. You could write, poetry, prose, whatever. And I wrote 30 more poems.
So just to clarify, y'all, just to make sure we put a fine point on this, she turned 20 poems in the first one, and then 30 the second, a different 30. That's 50 for those that don't math good like me. 50 poems.
And I added another 50 in short order after that, but then I kind of got shut down. I'll explain that in a minute. But I go back and read these, and they're ridiculous. I mean, there's a few of them that have some merit. Okay, I will say that there are a few of them that have some merit, but they are so teenage angst.
Sure, but that's what they're supposed to be. That's what they serve their purpose.
They did. They
an artistic rebellion, well held.
I even got them copyrighted because I was so proud of myself.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. I love
You're gonna do something, do it all the way.
Right. And then the psychology class, I did a self-portrait, and it was the most realistic face I had ever done. To this day. So my teacher didn't mind me doodling because whenever they called on people to answer, I could always answer. But like I said, I can't hear if I'm not doing something with my hands. So anyway.
You're a good teacher to recognize that.
Yeah. Some did, some didn't. To this day, I can't stand geometry because of a particular teacher that I had. But anyway, getting into when I got married, he was very meh about my writing. You know, I wanted to read it to him or have him read it and all this kind of stuff, and he was just like, yeah, whatever, you know. And at one point, I started writing one, and I can't really call it a poem. It was a prose, whatever it was. It was 10 pages long when he found it, and he read it. And it was about a dystopian society where there were the light bearers and the controllers, basically, were the two sides. And he saw himself in the controllers. And he thought I was writing about him, which subconsciously I may have been, but consciously I wasn't. It was just a story to me, you know. And he tore it up in the itty bitty little pieces right in front of me and threw it away. And I kind of gave him at that point. And, yeah, that sucked. But I have selected a few poems to read to you guys. And a couple of people have actually asked me if I was going to read poems tonight. And yes.
Do we get any of the original teenage angst?
We'll see. I am not prepared to share any of those.
Only what you're ready to share.
Thanks, Josh. You see Josh's comment back down? They really are.
Yeah.
Anyway, this one has to do mostly with my ex-husband.
Lofty. I'm out.
My heart lied. My heart whispered sweet nothings every time you were kind. It told me you were good. It told me you loved me. My heart lied. It took every mean remark. It made excuses, accepted them as truth. It told me your anger was justified, as my self-doubt amplified. It lulled me into false security, hiding me from reality of your treachery, hiding your wanton debauchery. It brazenly betrayed me, tied me to the hanging tree, and let me die without telling me. My nerves are fried. Every night I cried as I tried to understand why it let me get by living in a fantasy turned a nightmare legacy. Truth mired in necromancy, rising from the dead, living in dread. Once I realized my heart lied. Unsure which is worse, the lies or life turned perverse. That one, Josh actually helped me refine and make better than what the original was, but
The incomparable Pamela Walsh, ladies and gentlemen. And we're off and running.
Now after I left him, I had a rebound relationship. I haven't really written much about him. He was an asshole and a jerk, but yeah, just and then the next person I got involved with ended up being it started out great, but ended up being very controlling and very difficult to be around, and treated me in such a way that was not okay. I didn't do a whole lot of art in that period of time. I didn't do a whole lot of writing. A little, but not much. Because I still hadn't come out of that shell that I crawled into when my ex-husband had, torn up all my stuff. So, those ghosts are so fun. Anyway, I don't want to just jump into this one, so I'll talk a little bit about some of the epoxy things that I do. That started a couple years ago, and I do some hair pieces where you take and you put this through it. You put your hair through there, and people with long hair.
That is so cool.
And this is another version of it. I have sold it, so I can't show all of the carvings that I've done, but this is a barrette.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
The fun barrette. And if you're interested in this stuff, just DM me. I'm not like in production or anything. This one actually glows in the dark. The light parts of it glow. I'm not actually in production, but I can do custom pieces. If you're interested, just DM me and let me know what you're interested in. And you guys had mentioned Nightmare Before Christmas. I have some ornaments.
Right on. Are those those are epoxy as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see now. Gotcha.
And parts of these glow.
That's awesome.
So, and I can also do memorial pieces. Like I have some paw stuff, and ashes would go like in the paw part.
Oh, wow.
Whatever colors you want. But just a few different ways of doing it.
Right on.
So,
So did someone send you the ashes in that instance, and it goes in the epoxy
yeah.
when you mix it? Gotcha. That's awesome.
And these could be ornaments, keychains, window hanger thingies, whatever. And then with these, I can also fill this part with ashes if you want.
That's amazing.
Put them on it and fill it. And I can do all kinds of colors. I have lots of colors. And that's not even all of them, so.
Right on.
And I also carve epoxy. This is all hand carved.
Yes, I love this piece.
Now it's a wand. This is bog oak, and in true Harry Potter style. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
In true Harry Potter style, angel hair, unicorn horn, bog oak wand.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. Bog oak, y'all. Bog oak. It's dark because
cool.
of she was telling me that today. It takes on how dark it is because of, where it sat for so long. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the tip actually glows. It's kind of hard to see it because all light in here, but the tip actually glows.
That is cool.
Unicorn, and it's got angel hair, and it's got a bog oak.
The reason the angel hair is because there's tinsel in there.
That's amazing.
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
that is cool.
I got so excited. Yeah, man. I remember hanging that stuff on the tree when I was a little kid. Never thought of putting it in a wand. That's awesome.
That's killer.
Colors and clay work. She's an awesome artist too. She's a multimedia artist. She'll do watercolors, acrylic, and she'll put clay on there, and she uses moss, and she completely phenomenal stuff that she does. She's amazing.
I am following her.
Yep.
You should. So anyway, in my story, got to the point where I was going with this guy, and no names, but he was my last long-term relationship. Thanks, Josh. He was my last long-term relationship, and things started out really good, and for a few years they were really good. But then he started talking to his dad. He hadn't been for like 15 years. Started talking to his dad, and the more he talked to his dad, the more. And I pointed this out to him, and he kind of acknowledged it, but didn't really believe me. And it just kept getting worse. And the more I pulled away, the more insistent he was to have his way. And that is what brought me to write a poem that is sometimes difficult to hear from some people. But it's called Coercion is Not Consent. It is up on my page. It's clearly marked. You'll have to scroll a bit because there's a lot of fun little BS videos in there too. But all of my poetry that I have up, it's 10 or 11 of them, they're clearly marked with a red flag on them, and it says poem 1, poem 2, whatever. So if you want to scroll through and find them. But coercion is not consent. No is a whole sentence, not a question or suggestion. No is the entire answer, not an invitation for coercion. No, backed by tears, should have changed your decision. No, I'm not in the mood doesn't mean harass me until I give in. No, please just hear me. Listen to the anguish I'm drowning in. No, do I need to scream it for you to hear how I despise me? No, please not tonight. But it's my love you weaponize. No, my voice falters, hating the victory in your eyes. No, I whimper defeated. Familiar caresses make my heart cry. No, whispered within, enduring lovemaking that feels like lies. No, I don't want this. Fake it to make it go away, my mind cries. No, self-loathing in every tear he ignores. No, self-worth remains as I allow him to take me nightly like a whore. No, I linger at work, desperate to avoid the touch I abhor. No, I practice as I drive back to a home I once adored. No, his nightly need, my duty to heed, I've no right to ignore. No, I scream in desperation. Coercion is not consent. No, don't touch me. Tears fall in traitorous descent. No, my voice cracks, and like a predator he tries to prey. No, he offers comfort, but I cringe away. No, I see the way his manipulation plays out. No, an eerie calm settles in. His hold on me is broken. No, don't touch me. Just here to get my things. The first good 20, 30 times I read that one out loud, because I practiced it, I was trembling inside.
I bet that's a heavy piece. I've heard that once before, but man, it is that's a heavy piece.
Yes.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's a lot to digest.
Yeah. So we can move on to some of my other art. I can show you some of my other stuff.
Right on. It's amazing how you're able to. One of the beautiful things I love about your art and about you as a human being is you somehow take hurt and pain and misery and turn it into something beautiful. And I have no idea how you're able to do that, but it is something special, and that is a good example of it. It is a compelling way to do art. There's so much of yourself in it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think it would mean anything for me or anyone else if it didn't. Okay, so onto a lighter note.
No, we appreciate
Mango.
that heavy. You brought it heavy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
This is the first painting I did on a live.
Nice.
What type of paint?
Acrylic, and there's all kinds of eyes hiding in there, waiting for the sun to go down.
Right on.
These
There's
out.
even a troll in the tree. Can you see it?
I'm looking. Blind ass. Oh,
It would help.
the tree. Ah, yes. Wait, I was looking at a different part. Nice. I keep finding more eyes. I'm like, oh, and there, and there.
Yeah.
Now there.
Are you looking at me? Are you looking at
Looking at
me?
me, Schwan. What's up, Twisted?
What up, Twisted?
Nice work.
I twisted.
Like it a lot.
And then
What's up, Aaron?
I was going to try and do a business idea, and I didn't get any takers right here. But there's a way of wall art where you put a stencil up on the wall, you put drywall mud over it, you pull the stencil off, let it dry, and you smooth it out a little, and you get 3-dimensional art that's directly on the wall.
That's cool.
And then
That is very cool.
And the thing is that if you have a wall like a hallway, that the wall is really boring, but you don't want to put pictures up there because people are going to be knocking it off all the time. You do something like this, and even if you don't do a different color, it still breaks up the wall a little bit.
Right.
You know. And I'm not going to take you upstairs to show you the actual part on the wall, but it has different portions of this.
That's cool.
That is cool.
They're all three-dimensional.
Nice.
And I mean, and you can go a completely different style with it.
Oh.
This one I actually screwed up, and I decided to go with it anyway.
It's incredible.
Yeah. That's cool.
And then with the feathers on the side.
Oh, I like the feathers.
I'm all trying to lean to the side to see the 3D. You see that? I'm like,
right. We're about to lean off the screen over here. That's incredible.
It's very tactile.
Yeah.
But I didn't get any takers in the air. I might try it again at some point, but I kind of dropped trying to push it because there were no takers. I don't know how to advertise for myself anyway, but yeah. And I have to say that some of my friends on here, like Krista, Colors and Clay Works, Hayata Quinn, Jin, Jinn, and Jason was in that group. Hanson was in that group at the time, and Spurs and Ellie. They were my sanity in a period of time where I had lost my job, and I knew I was going to lose my job. It was a situation where the owners of the place wanted to have their nanny that they didn't need as a nanny anymore take over. So I knew it was coming, but I wasn't able to get work for a while because I had slipped into a depression that caused my chronic issues to skyrocket. And I still am not able to do the kind of work that I was doing before, which sucks. But I love the job that I have now, which is driving kids. But anyway, we were usually on almost every night doing art together. And that's where a lot of this stuff came from.
Can I revisit the driving kids? Were we like driving them over a cliff, or were we? I'm kidding.
That cliff right there.
Right?
right there. She's like, this is the specific cliff that I drive them over.
What timing?
Yeah,
Just teasing.
Actually, I drive a minibus, and it's not it's not special needs kids. It's difficult kids. It's kids that are from divorce, or parents went to jail or something like that, or they're in the foster system, that they need to be bused from one city to the other. The cities are 5 miles apart. And these kids were originally going to the schools in one city, and because of these circumstances that are awful, they have to live in the other city. So I bused them from that city to where they were always going to school, so that they have school with their friends,
Right
still.
Right. She can neither confirm nor deny. I love it. I love it. They better stay in line. I know that. She's going to drop them off a cliff. Just teasing.
All right. I had to put that one in, sorry.
And Joshua has a sense of humor too, y'all, by the way.
Anyway, the kids, they're difficult kids because they've had a difficult life. And I understand that. I get it. And I treat them differently than anybody else does, I think. Not anybody else, but the majority of people that deal with them. The other bus drivers were like, those kids are hoodlums and blah 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 blah, and I refused to be influenced by their opinions until I actually met the kids. They tested me. But I treated them like human beings. I gave them a choice in how things went when they did do things wrong. And now the worst kid that I had last year is giving me a fist bump every time I get out of the every time he gets out of the bus. So I did
Those
something
were
right.
those were my absolute favorite kids to work with, and you're absolutely right. Most people wouldn't want to, but if you give them a chance, oftentimes you're pleasantly surprised.
Here's another one that I did when I was doing art with them.
Awesome.
That's cool.
I have these watercolor sticks. They're watercolor pencils, and I took all the shavings and I wet the paper down and I pressed all the shavings down and let it dry.
I see a person holding something. Yes.
And then I just
Wow,
mark
that is
mark over the
cool.
top.
That's amazing. So you use the shavings from pencil, like out of a sharpener or something, or?
Yeah, a sharpener like this that I
That is
used
awesome.
for those watercolor sticks, and I wet the paper down and I just dumped it all on there and let that dry and got it wet and let it dry a few times, brushed it off, and did the marker over the top. Kind of going with the colors, but kind of not.
Very cool.
That is cool. Yeah, that's amazing. I had to wrap my head around what that was.
I tried my hand at hydro dipping.
At what?
Paper.
Hydro dipping?
Watercolor paper. You take a plastic bin, you fill it with enough water that you can dunk something in all the way like this. It wouldn't take much. It would only take an inch or two. But like I have a lampshade that I did it, and I had to use a deeper bin for that, so I could put the whole lampshade in under the water. And you take spray paint and you just spray it randomly on there and swirl it around and do stuff, and that's how this one turned out.
You spray the paint on top of the water?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right
then
on.
you
Right on.
and then it's on there, and you want to go at an angle, and you just kind of go like that in there, and voila.
Cool. Dude, when I was saying she was multimodal, like an eclectic artist, I'm talking about everything, homie. All of it. What does she do? All of it.
All of it.
This is watercolor and colored pencil.
There's a new category of artist, an Olivet artist.
Olivet.
She's the first in the series of Olivet artists. Oh wow!
Ooh,
That is cool.
that'll help me a lot.
asked me for a picture of this so they could get a tattoo of it. I don't know if they ever actually did it, but they asked for it. So.
Very cool.
Now this is my second oil painting ever. I'm not going to show you the first. But yeah, I decided to dabble around with oils. I found a set of oil paints really cheap, so.
Amazing.
And I will show you one more watercolor before I do my next poem. But I got to show it to you in two different parts, two different ways. Let me bring it up here. Now, I got a bug in my head to do something different. Okay, just understand that. I painted in negative. Now, you're not necessarily going to understand that until you see the other aspect of it, but see the buildings there. The aurora borealis that looks reds and stuff like that.
Sure.
Okay, it doesn't make much sense right now, does it? That's what it looks like when you do it reverse.
Damn! That's awesome.
That's
Yo.
crazy.
Oh, that's incredible. Absolutely love it.
Thank you, Mr. Spicy Bear. Poetic
Mr.
Cheese down
Spicy
there.
Bear.
He's the one I always called Spicy Bear because that's the first name I knew him under, but he changes his name all the time. But
She had
Poetic
nice things
Cheese-
she had nice things to say about you, Spicy Bear.
He is a phenomenal art poet, and he has a YouTube channel you need to check out.
Right on. Gosh, that's an amazing piece of art you have there. Incredible.
And all the lights on the road, and the lights in the buildings, and the lighted reflections.
Dude, that is just I don't care what
That
planet
is
you're from,
cool.
Chad. That's dope.
Yeah. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I had people watching this just because it was so unique.
You're not from Earth, are you, Pamela? Are you from the same planet Chad's from? Are y'all in cahoots here? Is that what's going on? Have y'all tricked me? Is this all Chad's doing?
It's all Chad's fault. Yeah.
It's all my
It's all
fault.
Chad's fault. I'm sure of it now. You can't be from Earth.
Oh, jeez. I am from Earth. I may not be.
Yeah,
from
that's
Earth.
what all the aliens say. Chad's training program.
You ain't from around here, huh?
All right. On to the next poem. The relationship that I was in, it was the last relationship that I was in for quite some time. And I had some issues. I was very clingy. I really was very codependent. And there were a lot of wounds and scars that got me to that point. And this guy played me pretty bad besides. So I wrote about it. And it comes in two parts. And I'll explain it after I do it. So, and this is only 2 pages now. It was 3.5 at one point. I condensed it a bit. I wish you could see. I wish you could see the tears I refuse to let fall in your presence. I want you to understand how your words affected me because I loved you too much. I loved you so much. I wish you could have accepted the love I offered. Every ounce of who I am could have been yours. All you had to do was be courageous enough to accept it. Let it touch you, teach you to love unconditionally. But you have made your choice. You chose fear. You chose weakness. How weak I must seem to you, holding on to hope when you had no intention of following through on your promises. How sad and pathetic you must think I am, knowing love still exists in my heart, even now, even after you finally revealed the truth of your intentions. You tell me society would never accept us. My love, society doesn't give a fuck about us. You are displacing your own fear and blaming society so that you don't have to take accountability for your lack of empathy. You claim you do not want any relationship at all, but you keep me hanging on. Yet now, you claim to love her. And do you think she can replace me? She will never care about your ambitions, your dreams like I do. She will never understand your pain like I do, your fears, your insecurities. She will never touch your soul like we have touched each other. And if you would have caused her half the pain I have endured with you, she would be gone like the wind. I wish you could see that the pain you caused me is not a reason to step back or step away. It's a testimony to the strength and endurance of love. True love. Unconditional love. The love that helps you heal, lifts you when you are weak, the love that catches you when you fall. Even if we both plummet to the rocks at the bottom of the pit, this love will survive that fall and build a way out again. And I gave it to you freely, without boundaries or walls. But you could not accept, would not trust. No, you refused to trust its source or intention, feared angles you couldn't find because there were no angles to find. There were no ulterior motives, but you could not allow yourself to trust it or me. So now I stand alone, unswerving in my love for you, but my behavior must change. I cannot allow myself the hope I once had. I'm not afraid you will mistake the changes I need to make to save myself. It's proof that you were right to fear my love is untrue. That was then. I had grown weary of your hypocrisy, and this is now. Your lies, fears, gaslighting ways were both a mirror and an epiphany, showing me my weakness and strength, becoming a catalyst for change. I wish you could see I am worthy of more than you gave, but you did not deserve a fraction of what I gave in return for your shadows of hope. Where you left me alone, I chose to stand alone, to pick up the pieces where you left them scattered, to start a journey of healing 2 years in the making, with intention and purpose to create a brand new me, one who knows peace from within, a peace you attempted to test and disrupt. How weak you must be to seek a pleasure after causing so much pain. How sad and pathetic you must be to try and return to old haunts when your choices soured on your tongue. Far too late you saw my worth. Perhaps you are still blind, reaching in the dark for what you can no longer find, because the person I was then is dead and gone. Because, you see, pain you inflicted has opened old wounds, so deep I had forgotten they were there. But then I could heal all the parts of me that led to the weakness, the desperation, the codependent sycophant I used to be. I wish you could see that I am no longer her. I am no longer an option. Please, just go. Thank you, Petty Jean. Thank you, everybody. Wow.
So y'all, Pamela is obviously a treasure to humanity. She must be protected at all costs. We have a new mission here. We need to surround her and protect her no matter what. She might hold out the last remaining hope for humanity.
Oh my gosh. That's a little over the top, but thank you. Okay, let's see here. I'm just gonna show you some more art.
When we send one of those things out into space again that's representative of humans, we need to make sure something of hers is in the capsule. How do we make that happen, Chad? You're in charge of that, right? Aren't you in charge of the intergalactic stuff? Pretty sure that's your department.
Where I'm from, we just call that space trash. You guys got to stop doing that.
Right? Quit hurling stuff out into space. There's enough stuff out there. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, zipping along and it goes right through your windshield. It's like, oh, great, thanks, humans.
Heard that.
These can be taken apart. Hard to do with my...
We got no video, dear.
We can't see you, Pamela.
Right.
There you are.
Hey, there we go.
These you can actually take apart and put back together. Excuse me. In different patterns. I mean, of course, the outside always has to be the outside, but you can put them together like that or something like that.
Oh, that is cool.
And this one, of course, is for autism. But I also made a ton of random puzzle pieces that can be mixed and matched to make, a whole puzzle piece. And
That's amazing.
these work pretty good as coasters too. So.
Yes,
And
please.
I also made the bowl. I have a mold that I pour the stuff into. And that's how I make those two. They're all from a mold.
Nito mosquito. Candu said Nito mosquito.
Tiny Dinies. And it's a refrigerator magnet.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I have a bunch of different colors. A bunch of dark green and dark purple ones right now. But Josh has one. And then I have a bunch of these little bowls. All different colors. All unique. No two are exactly the same.
That's got SA Artistry's colors in it, that last one. That's what made me think of SA. Look like some SA Artistry colors.
But yeah, there's a bunch of those. And I did one with pencil shavings, colored pencil shavings.
Oh, that's cool. Right on.
All kinds of stuff. All different colors and whatnot. Here. Let me see if this will work. And
wow, check it out.
This is real leaves in there.
Oh, that's dope. Dude, I'm telling you, she's amazing. I see the look on your face over there. She's incredible, man. She does all kinds of cool shit. Oh, that's awesome.
And then
I love the lid. You even have, is there a leaf on the lid of that one? The one you were just holding?
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I need to go out and collect more leaves. But and then I do these eggs.
Amazing. Do you do the wire sculpture and then pour around it kind of thing, obviously, I guess?
I did the wire sculpture and then I put it in here and poured the epoxy in there and yeah.
Is that all? I guess a better way to ask that, is that one pour or is that like
this one is different pours. This one is two different pours.
Gotcha.
Because I wanted the line there for above and below the roots.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, how you did the earth part there. That's cool. That's a really cool piece.
And then this one was one single pour. That is a piece of quartz in there that the tree is hanging on to.
Oh, that's dope.
The leaves are glow-in-the-dark glitter that are butterflies, moons, hearts, and stars.
Yeah.
And it glows in the dark.
They're amazing.
And then I don't know if any of you geek out on Warhammer 40K, but this is a Necron Lord. And it's a translocation cloak. It basically, the lines around it, it means it can teleport. And so.
Yeah, I can too.
That's awesome.
That's cool as shit. It is so cool.
This glows in the dark as well.
Just amazing.
And then I have mushrooms.
Ooh.
Right on.
And
What?
it's a little nightlight.
This lady, come on, man. Come on, y'all. Damn it.
A little battery-powered tea light.
Man, if she starts woodworking, I quit.
Yeah.
You're not building guitars anytime soon, are you?
No, but I want to carve on one of yours.
Heard that.
Um, here too. This is a different kind of lamp. I don't like this one, but
It's
Incredible. This is dope.
wow.
The ones you don't like are even cool.
Right?
and then I have these, and I paint the inside of the mold with the epoxy powder, or with the mica powder to come up
Yeah.
with like the recesses in there. And
That's awesome. Right, freak morbidity? Absolutely.
Wow. So you
And
paint the mold and then
But-
pour it.
you can put a battery powered tea light in there, and the whole thing will glow.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Unbelievably creative.
Here's a couple more.
Yes, Betty Jean. Yes, we need that. Trick question. What can't Pam do? Right, Dark? Right.
Anything I haven't tried. And then some ornaments. Here's a seahorse ornament.
That's cool, too. She's about to be on consignment in a local Wisconsin gallery. They practically shoved the contract. I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Couple
Oh,
more.
snowflakes.
Yep. These are hard to get bubble free. Oh my gosh, it's a pain in the butt to work with. But
bet.
I took those a step further and did this.
Wow.
Posters. Or you could put you could put something on there and hang it in the window. But these would be a little too heavy to be ornaments, but I suppose I could shave them down thinner and you could have them as ornaments too.
Betty Jean said, good gravy. I feel you, Betty Jean.
My God.
Right? Unbelievable.
And then my favorite ornaments are these.
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
They're not easy to make because the mold is not meant for this to be separate, a separate color. I have to actually block it off so that the white doesn't get into here.
Right on. Wow. That's amazing. You got Spurs and you got our favorite whimsical little birdie in here. Good to see you, ladies. Thanks for stopping through. Oh, Paul.
Pause.
Flash Gordon.
Oh.
That's amazing. And she sings, folks. And she sings and plays instruments. And look, y'all, look. Don't be mad. Don't be mad now. Calm down. It's all right.
That is my second oil painting ever. I think I may have shown that already, but this is a painting I did in a class. It was supposed to, I don't know. I didn't follow the directions. I liked mine better than theirs. All right.
So I have a question about the puzzle pieces.
Yes.
Do folks just order like a certain number of puzzle pieces if they wanted like the random ones that you had in the bowl? Like that? Or like, yeah, they just...
I would work with them. We could go through it visually on whatever app you can see each other kind of thing and go through and get like a whole set put together for them.
Right on. I'm using the puzzle as an example, but you can pretty much do anything, huh? Yeah, I love the Art for Autism piece there. That's cool. I know that Flash just stopped through, so I saw. I remember the puzzle that was Art for Autism. Is that a did you make that specifically for autism, not art for autism, but for an autism function, or?
No, I made it because I was mixing up epoxy. I made too much, and I was just sitting quietly and alive that they were talking about art for autism, so I decided on the 4 colors.
Right on, right on.
Typically what I use the molds, the puzzle mold pieces for is leftover epoxy. So there are some that are just one. They don't go with anything else, but I have all kinds of different.
That's cool though.
I love the puzzle pieces. I don't know why. I love that though. That's cool.
There was
No
one
worries,
person
Lens.
there was one person that just wanted a couple of puzzle pieces, like the inside ones, and they were going to make earrings out of them, but they never contacted me again. So I don't know where that went. But
Lenny, we will post it on the YouTubes, Lenny. You can catch it, and it's worth watching. She's read some poems already, and she's shown a bunch of her art so far. Oh, it's a skull.
I want your skull.
I love it.
I need your skulls.
all right, I'm ready to do my next poem. If you're ready.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this one. I had been done with relationships for a while, and this one I knew wasn't ever going to go anywhere, wasn't ever going to be anything beyond talking online. But it got pretty hot and heavy for a little bit. Hearts were not involved, but, expectations were starting to form, and it just was not good. And then he started to ghost me. So, yeah. And there's way more to it than that, but that's the gist of it. Pittance. You say because I have thirsted for so long, I would drown myself for but one drink, one chance to quench the fire smoldering within. Oh, how I wish to immerse myself. But I dare not try to request a drink, no, nary a sip shall touch my lips, for fear it may ignite the embers long glowing to feverish and raging wildfire unrequited. In point of fact, just the asking would put my need in stark relief, lending breath to the embers awaiting within. Then to be denied such a pittance of attention shall send me down a path I wish not to tread. But you, my dear sweet sir, offer a trap. I know it is a trap, and yet I accept. With trembling hands and quivering core, I accept your offer of a sip, a taste. A fraction of what is needed to quench my thirst. You did not heed, or perhaps could not comprehend what you offered at such an insurmountable distance. The consequences of your kindness would entail. For I am certain it was offered in kindness or pity. Better that I would have left your cup on the table. Better that I would have listened to my demons than to leave your pittance untouched. For you are not worthy to quench my thirst. To drink from your cup does barely wet my tongue, leaving my demons demand another taste. Screaming from the fiery depths, ask for another, and another, and another, and another, and another. My thirst demands to be slaked. Perhaps I would prefer to have drowned, attempting to drink from a cup overflowing just for me. But instead, I accepted such a small pittance shared from a cup that never fills. Not for me. Just a drop. A taste. Barely to wet my tongue, but that taste so excruciatingly addictive. Because I have had none. Sweet, torturous paradox, consumed by my own passion, for yours is beyond my reach. You knowingly prolong my suffering, enjoying my wanting, enticing my carnal passion to ever greater need. Perhaps you are addicted to my primal passion, justifying your actions and leaving me unsatisfied. Your kindness has ruined me. The fires within are cruel. Your guilt puts you at an impasse, so you say. unable to rescind your offer, thinking to yourself that you must be enough, somehow enough, because you have given me release when it amused you to do so. But enough of this conjecture. I must quit this addiction that builds my flames higher, for you have nothing to give in exchange for your fed ego, just a tease and far too rare release. I would rather suffer my flames, my passion to die slowly again, and become slumbering embers within my soul, than to be tortured by you, a man who has no intention of ever fully quenching the flames you have fanned. I am done being used by you so you can be amused, entertained. Turn your attention to your harem of sycophants. I am worth far more than to be an occasional plaything. Yeah. And the thing is, after that, I didn't get bitter again or anything like that. I wasn't like, screw love, screw this, screw that. I was just like, okay, I learned something here. There was a lesson in that I needed to learn, and it's to take my time, slow down, and be careful who I choose to look at, who I choose to give my time and attention to, and take it slow.
Wise words.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is the one I'm currently working on. The painting I'm currently working on.
Looks three-dimensional.
Yeah, it's not done. By any means, it's not done. There's a lot of things I don't like and I'm going to change about it. There's a lot of things I absolutely love about it. Like my little creature there. I didn't intend for them to be creatures, but they kind of turned out that way, so we'll go with it.
Nice.
We're in the creatures over here, both of us.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm always trying to convince Chad to make more creatures.
Yep.
Love it.
I
That's
like
cool.
that.
Yeah, the black and white one. Yeah.
And there's some color shift stuff on there, and yeah. Anyway,
Incredible.
say that too much. Here is another piece that I carved. And this is a hair stick. It's not a wand. It's a hair stick. Hi, Zach. Thank you. Sorry, my nails are dirty. I was working on stuff.
Artist nails, you all right?
You're good. You're good. My nails are always kind of we got sawdust under them.
Right.
Is spalted maple. And this is epoxy, and I combined the two, and then I carved it. This was like a chunk, like this big, all the way down. And I carved
And she
this.
carves. Look out, Chad. She carves too, dude.
I know it.
You feeling anxious, Chad?
I am.
And
I feel my home planet calling me.
You know why, don't you, Chad?
well, the top of this chunk of wood, I didn't know what to do with it, but it looked to me like a mountain with a river going through it because of how it had broken off. So I decided to paint the top and put clear epoxy over it to make a little.
Get out of here. Wow.
That's awesome.
That's
of course
cool.
you did. Of course you did.
Of course you did.
Why wouldn't you? Oh, Pamela. I'm so glad you're walking this earth.
Hey, we got to take her back to our planet someday.
Hey,
So you just
hey, stop it.
Enjoy. Hey, you enjoy her while she's loaned out to you. All right.
She's probably in charge of all of art on whatever planet y'all are from.
Oh, good Lord. Anyway.
That's cool. That's cool right there. See, she's not into the compliments, y'all. So we got to sprinkle them in slowly over time because we don't want to overwhelm her with the compliments.
This is another
That is
hair.
cool.
That's
And
awesome.
that's all carved as well. It was a
I
chunk.
was just about to ask. Wow.
Yes, that's dope.
Mostly with a very small X-Acto knife once I got the grooves in there.
Really?
Betty Jean says she's
I
done.
do use a Dremel to hog out larger amounts of the material. But once I have the space in there, then I use the X-Acto knife in there and just scrape. It's very cathartic.
Yeah, I bet.
That's just cool. The symmetry is amazing.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have a lathe. So what I do is I put my orbital sander in my vise, and then I put the end of this in a drill so that this is spinning at the same time that I press it against the orbital sander
Yeah.
to make it round to begin with.
Of course you did. Damn it, you're amazing. Oh my goodness. I love it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Betty Jean. I don't mean to do that.
I know, Betty Jean. I'm with you. It's mind blowing. I'm telling y'all, do not sleep on Pamela Walsh art. She is just incredible. I tried to tell y'all, look, I was excited to get her on here, and there was a reason. She is absolutely amazing. Just phenomenal. Wait till she reads you a poem.
I have 2 more poems that I want to do, but they're more lighthearted. They're not heavy. And it's kind of, these poems are kind of bringing me to where I am emotionally right now. And I know I can read my poetry with the emotion that was there at the time that the things happened, but that's not where I'm at. So, but these are closer to where I'm at. This one doesn't have a title. I don't know if it ever will. I had enough of these lessons filled with pain and trepidation. There are things I want to learn and experience that lift me. I want to lose myself in a place I belong. I want to learn how to accept a compliment, not just take it with a smile and grace, but to give it a place in my heart without my inner voice speaking contradictions. I want to learn to sing and write from a place of peace, leaving doubt and insecurities behind. I want to learn how to trust again with my whole heart, without fear of betrayal, blame, or ulterior motives. And I want to learn how to accept love from a cup overflowing that fills just for me. I want to learn how to live the dream of knowing I am enough, instead of just declaring it in every poem I write, trying to convince myself of the truth in it. And I want to believe myself to be everything you see in me. All right, that was one. This is the next one. I also do not have a title for this one yet. I just wrote it the other day. I don't want to write a cliche love poem, but I want to write about my heart and where it stands with you. In all honesty, it scares the hell out of me because there's hope brewing there. So afraid the hope is made of oleander elixir, waiting for its chance to poison me, waiting for history to repeat itself. But I don't think it will this time. Nothing of worth can be hurried, and I don't want to rush this. I want to savor every hi, with your dimpled smile shining back at me. Every first kiss, every first song, every first everything. I hope, and it scares me to death. But if you take my hand and show me your heart is true, maybe you can scare the fear away. Thank you, Betty Jean. So do you have any questions? Anybody have any questions?
Yes, why are you so damn good?
Are we ending at 10?
Sure. Yeah, that's normal.
well,
Normally we
in
do,
10
but we're not going to cut off your. I know you're going to finish with the poem. We're not going to. If Chad has to tuck his little girl in at that time, but we're not going to cut you off for sure.
All right. Does anyone have any questions? Because the only other thing I have to show, I mean, I have so much stuff here and I can't show it all. But I do have one more poem and it takes about 6 minutes. So,
Right on. I would like to comment that I love the performance of your poetry as well. You keep getting better and better, and I just wanted to acknowledge that you don't just read your poems, you actually you can feel it. So I just wanted to point that out there. So anybody that came a little later, she has read a few poems now this evening, and they'll all be available. I'll load them like I do over on the YouTubes if you want to go back and check them out. And they'll be available for the Theoria folks if they should choose to do something there. Unreal.
Putting together a book of 111 poems. I'm also planning on doing an audiobook. I don't know how that's all going to work yet, but I'm going to make it happen. So, no time frame for it yet.
You've also got an open mic Friday at 6:30 Central Time.
Yep.
And you're doing an in-person open mic, which is very brave of you. And James Hamilton, the slam poet, is going to be there, and you know James. You speak with James.
Yep, I've met him. I've spoken with him for a few times, not a ton.
So there's a good opportunity, folks.
He's a very good person, and I chatted with him, asking him all kinds of stupid questions because I don't know what I'm doing. And he was very patient with me about, what I should bring, what to expect and all that kind of stuff. So, yes, Josh is saying that you can catch me in most of his live streams. And that's true. If I'm not working, I'm usually live streaming.
Yes. Do you want to give the folks kind of what time he's usually on, and give them I got to experience just a brief bit of it this morning, but can you paint them a little bit of a picture of the vibe they're going to come across? I think a lot of people that watch what I do would really like it. Yes,
absolutely. In the mornings, Central Time, anywhere between 5:30 and 6, he'll start. On the days that he does it, he has a playlist of 10,000 not mainstream songs. I mean, there may be a few mainstream songs in there, but usually those are covered by somebody else that isn't mainstream. And it'll go. I mean, his music list is as eclectic as my art, if not more so.
It's good.
and
good.
it'll go from an Irish jig to some gospel piece to some a really cool little folk art kind of song to, I mean, anything. He even has some rap in there, which, I mean, has to be careful about the wordage on this app, but um and the and he's usually on for what, an hour and a half, 2 hours in the morning. And then on the days that it's warm enough, because this is Wisconsin and it's getting colder, on the days it's warm enough, he will go down by the Wisconsin River in the city that he's in, and he will do a live stream there. And those are great. You get a little bit of the sound of the water behind him, and you get the gorgeous scenery, and he just pulls out his guitar and plays and sings, and it is an absolutely beautiful thing. And the thing about how Josh sings is he makes each song his own. He doesn't sing it like the original artist. He recreates it into something that is his, and that's amazing. And his guitar playing is insane. And then in the evenings, we're usually doing some sort of karaoke stuff, like after 8 or 9 Central Time. Usually one of a group of his original friends has a karaoke live going, and I usually join them. And I'll do poetry in those lives. They are more than willing to have people come in there and do poetry. Spicy Bear, I don't know if he's still in here, but he's done a few. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So
Right on. So I think you'll probably see more coming from Joshua. You'll probably see more coming from Joshua here in the weeks to come.
Mm-hmm. And follow him. He's awesome. He's amazing. And I would say that even if I didn't like him as much as I do.
Sing with me.
He is in that mix. Oh, yeah. Sing With Me lost everything in the hurricane. And Josh is the kind of person that every coin he made, when he found that out, every coin he made on his lives, he gave to Sing With Me. And if you look at Josh's page, the couple of the pinned ones are her Cash App and stuff like that, so that the moment her feet hit the ground and she was able to do stuff, she was actually out there buying water, getting blankets, doing stuff for other people. She lost everything, and she was doing stuff for other people constantly with the money that she was getting from the people who donated to her. She is an amazing person, and that's why I said that you really should, interview her. But but Josh, he gave her every bit of coins that he got off of this app the entire time. And she's still getting a lot of the coins. It's fun to watch because she'll show up in a live and all of a sudden galaxies go by and all that kind of stuff. People just hang on to their coins and give them to her so that she can help other people in the area. She's been cleaning out what's left of what she had, and it's been exhausting, and she still gets in the lives and sings, and she has an amazing voice. Absolutely phenomenal voice.
Is she also a musician by chance? I'm just curious. Do you know?
I don't know.
I'm just wondering if she had instruments. I know you said she lost everything. I was just in my mind. Is there instruments involved as well?
I was thinking that too.
That I don't know.
Gotcha.
I did not know her before Josh and I started talking. So
she's Adele's voiceover. Roger that. Gotcha.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. But I think it's time to do my last piece.
Okay.
I'm going to stick around and be a little late leaving because I want to hear it. So, yeah.
right? Hopefully this won't be too loud for you to hear me. Sun dipping low on the horizon, shadows lengthen across the road. The moon breathes mist through the trees, an eerie mix of light moving as if alive, and deep, still darkness. I touch the talisman beneath my coat. Heaviness settles upon my soul, yet I must push on. The whispers begin, more felt than heard. A vibration at the base of my skull, crawling along my nerves. Like ants punctiliously marching, tortuously slow. I twist the throttle, hunker down over the gas tank as if dodging something reaching for me. Every nerve is screaming. My heat is following me, tracking me, stalking. The curve ahead barely lit by my headlight, yet I push faster, lean harder, far beyond my skill, but push still, fear consuming my mind as if a hand pressing on my back, forcing foolishness. Damn it! Slow down. Back off the throttle. Make the curve. Breathe. Death won't save me from what pursues me. It doesn't tire or relent. No prayer or repent will release me from this descent into madness. Whispers filling my mind, becoming louder. Pressure in my head, pulsing along my nerves, chanting, marching, distracting. The road ahead becoming hazy, my body feeling disconnected. Concentrate, push through, almost there. Sanity begging for relief, to rid myself of this creature that stalks me, watches me, follows me. Trees give way to foggy fields, shift down, find the entrance. The moon is so bright, unnatural, ethereal, mist rising from the fields, dancing in the moonlight. No! Focus! Focus on the road, don't miss the turn. Unsettling shadows creeping amidst the fog. Creatures pretending to be harmless, shadows disguising their predatory nature. They lure in the curious, the ignorant, hapless victims of unnatural design, but they are the guardians of my salvation. Beyond them lies my destination. I feel my stalker closing in. Hastily, I turn onto the gravel road. My back tire slips. Heart skips, straighten up. Shit, they're coming. So close now, whispers becoming screams. Balance begins to elude me, push through, almost there. Can't let them catch me, can't let them catch me, can't let them catch me, can't let them catch me. Shadows loom anew in the mist, tall monoliths in perfect alignment. Ride through, like threading a needle. I misjudge and the bike bounces off the tower. I'm tossed and crumple on the ground, uninjured, but nerves. But screams become lightning along my nerves, pulsing, pain melting my flesh. I scream to silence the screams. In the ring of towering stones, the one in the center of them all, the creatures skulk around the circle, but enter they cannot. My body rebels against movement, drag myself to the essence stone. It knows it will soon be complete, its glow rivaling the moonlit mist. As if begging for the talisman, fingers both numb and on fire, fumbling with the clothing, covering the trinket, pulling it free, pain unbearable, yet I push on, drag myself to the pylon, vaguely aware of my own raw screams, chanting in my head, complete the stone, the pain will end, complete the stone, the pain will end, dragging myself by sheer force of will, make it stop, make it stop. I can't feel the talisman in my hand, but I see it there, gripping tight enough to bleed. The beast that stalks me roars his anger, his aura, his hatred, a weight upon me. So close. Endless. Place the treasure in the essence stone. Watching myself move as if in the depths of the ocean, time slows. Mind expands, hovering above and trapped within. Make it stop, make it stop, make it stop. Inching closer like the relentless marching of ants, so slow, excruciatingly slow. I will not relent. It is done. My screams echo close in my ears as if contained by bare walls. I can't move, immobilized, tied, drowning in absolute darkness. A cool sensation in my veins, my right arm. A light flickers on, too bright. Ivy dripping, dark walls. So many restraints. What is this? Where am I? How did I get here? My voice is sore and raspy. I struggle against the chains biting into my skin. What the fuck is happening? Let me out! Struggling against the chains until subject continues to have atypical reactions. What? What are you doing to me? Hush, girl, we are trying to rid you of your paranoid delusions. They are not delusions! Put her out now. No! Sun dripping low on the horizon. Shadows lengthen across the road. And there's a painting that goes with it. And I forgot to show it.
Oh my God, I'm glad I stayed for that.
Yeah, dude. Hey, by the way, y'all, she made the backing track that she played. She made all of the sounds to that. She composed that. Oh. There's more eyes watching us.
Uh-huh.
There's the monoliths and the motorcycle. Riding through
Woof.
forest it came out of, the road, and the creature that was following me.
Incredible.
Okay, I love it, but I gotta scoot. I got a kid to put in bed. Pamela,
Good night, little one.
big love to you, girl. I'm so happy you were here.
Thank you so much for asking me to do this. I appreciate it very much.
Kim is awesome.
You don't know what to think, but you know.
The great Chad Rev Art, y'all.
Ladies, gents, thank you so very much. Pamela, fucking amazing girl. Holy cow. Wowzers.
Right?
Extremely
Right?
moving. Thank you for being on the Gin Project show.
That's the first time I actually showed myself on camera reading that. I didn't mean to.
That was amazing. Okay, I'm gonna skedaddle. You guys have fun.
Later, homie. When can
Much
they
love
catch
to
you,
all
bro?
y'all.
When can they catch you?
I may be on tomorrow, but if not, Thursday, 6 o'clock Central, and then 12 o'clock Central. Trigger warning. Just ahead of time for the midnight witching hour, Halloween night. Trigger warning. Can't say what I'm doing all out, but if you have a problem with painting with red bodily fluids, then please don't join me. It won't be your place to be that evening. But if that's your thing,
As Wandering Nevada Soul puts it, human juice.
Human Juice. Yeah,
The Red
there's another
Ruby.
amazing artist. Wandering
Yeah.
Nevada is an amazing artist.
yeah. So
If
yeah,
Chad,
I will
thank you,
be,
brother.
Yet either you should.
I'm sorry.
If you guys haven't interviewed him yet, you should. Wandering
Absolutely should. Yeah, he's on the list
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Our
Big
best
love
to
to
the little
everybody.
one.
I'm cutting out of here. I'll tell her you said hey again. My little
Later,
one
bro.
loves Gin to death. She gets so excited when I'm on the phone with him. All right, later, guys.
Later, brother.
Yes, Devlin, I've gotten more comfortable with it, but I can't practice it very often because it's really hard on my throat.
Hey, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but since we got Devlin in here, I'd like to go say it again. She's the one that actually sent me a link. So Devlin is a founding member of Sister Chat, and she has been on the Gin Project show twice. Actually, she was kind enough to come on. So I'm super stoked that she came in and got to catch this. Devlin, as you know, I will be posting this over on the YTube. So she's read several other poems tonight, You want to go check it out, I promise. It's been incredible. But Devlin, not only has Devlin lost Tweets, one of the founding members of Sister Chat, but her brother Davino just lost his mother. So I was mentioning earlier to please support the ladies of Sister Chat. Devlin is one of them. And please support Davino. Devlin is very close to Davino. So if you would like to support Davino, you can just go to Devlin's page. I'm sure you can find what you need there. Please, if you see Davino anywhere in a live, show him some love. Give him some additional grace. The man's been through a lot. He lost his mama. So anyway, I just wanted to since we had Devlin in here. Thank you, Devlin. Yes, thank you, Devlin. I don't know if it's possible to pin things with the way I've got it set up, but if a mod could try to pin that, I don't think we can. But thank you for doing that, Devlin. And I would encourage everyone, hey, if we're actually about what we say we're about on here, then when somebody loses their mom, we at least can pass by and show them some love. Just go by and like something on his page, leave a comment of encouragement. Just let Davino know. And I would also like to point out that another really close friend of Devlin's, Lady Shine, also lost her mother within a few weeks ago. So if you happen to come across Lady Shine, please show her some love as well. And I thank you, Pamela, for giving me a moment to do that. I know that that's your family over there too. So I want to include you in that. You've lost people as well. So gotcha, Devlin. Okay, so y'all look up Davino Caprice and show him some love, please. And this will be over on the YouTube, so anybody watching this will see this. So appreciate y'all. If there's anything, is there anything that we didn't cover, Pamela? Looking at my notes, you did amazingly. You did absolutely. You covered the stuff that I thought you wanted to cover anyway.
There's one thing I didn't mention that I probably should. For anybody who doesn't know or hasn't looked at my page, I have a half husky, half German Shepherd dog that rides my motorcycle with me, and he's in my pinned videos.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I have a note here. Ask Josh pros and cons. You told me to say that.
Yeah. Yeah, Marco, my dog Marco. It's too much to explain right now, but I think I meant that for when you talk to him. But yeah, he's.
Okay. I got you. Yes.
And I am not equipped to explain it, so I'm not even going to try.
Okay, I got you. That was a note that was for. Okay, that was the only one that we hadn't covered. All right.
My sister is. If you look down in my videos, it's not down too far. It's the yellow poster. My sister is having a chili cook-off in North Carolina. If you are near or if you are willing to donate, you can DM me or you can DM her. So.
And if you could, let's make sure that I get that information, and I will do my best to get over to Asheville and try to support that.
I don't think she's in Asheville. You'll have to look at the poster.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the actual town you told me. I was just giving the kind of, over that way.
Thank you. Everybody who has said wonderful, amazing things that make me blush in the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to all of this. Yeah.
There has never been a more deserving guest on this show. There has never been a more eclectic artist on this show. You're absolutely amazing. And the thing about it is, I'll say this again, it is one thing to be an impressive artist. That's fine. But to pair that with being an absolutely spectacular human being is a wonderful thing. And so thank you for sharing your talent. Thank you for sharing. You are truly one of those folks who has the ability to turn pain into something beautiful. That seems to be one of the things that you do. Even the puzzle pieces are made out of your leftovers, and they're amazing. So I admire you. You're an inspiration to me personally. I love what you do. I love watching your journey. Your poetry just keeps getting better and better. Your performance keeps getting better and better. And there's other stuff you didn't have a chance to share today that you do. That's just amazing. So if you would like to order something or to commission something from Pamela, all you got to do is hit her in the DMs, and she's very nice to deal with. I actually had a conversation with her today twice, and she never hurt my feelings. She was never rude to me. She never condescended to me. She's actually just a really nice person. So hit her up. Check out some of her art, order something. I'm going to be in touch with her for some puzzle pieces, and we'll see what happens. So I really, really appreciate you being on here, Pamela. I really do. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It is not something I ever would have dared ask for. Honestly, I never expected it. When you told me, when I was telling you about Josh and you told me that I was on your list, I was speechless. Like I had no clue.
You weren't just on the list, you were at the top of the list. You were up there. We've been trying to figure out how to get you in here, and timing and everything finally worked out right. So I'm so grateful for you coming on. If there's anybody in the chat that has anything to say, and if there's anybody, if you want to take a moment just to say thanks to the folks that are in here or whatever, please do so.
Thank you very much. And Devlin, don't worry about being late. It's no big deal. But thank you.
Devlin, we're always glad to see you. Whenever we get a chance to see Devlin 313, our day is better.
I love all of you so much. I mean, this has been quite the experience.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed yourself. I certainly enjoyed it. It was absolutely incredible. Devlin, we are always thrilled to have you, even if it's for a minute or two. Thank you for stopping in. Y'all, please, I implore you, please check out Sister Chat, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturdays. And please reach out to our good friend Davino. Please reach out to Lady Shine. If we actually are the supportive people in our community that we claim to be, then these are the times when we pass through and give a little like or a share or just a hey, we see you, we care about you kind of thing. So thank you, everyone. Thank you especially to Pamela Walsh for this amazing show. Yes, ma'am.
One more thing to say. Now, Lady Shine got me started on spoken word like in spring-ish, early summer, late spring. And all the prompts and all that kind of stuff has helped me with my writing immensely. And I was getting better at performing them, but it wasn't until Josh stopped me in the middle of saying one of them, said, "Stop reading it. Just tell the story." And ever since then, it's like it unlocked something in me. And yes, I do catch myself still just reading sometimes, but it unlocked something in me, and I could feel that I was getting better at it. So I just wanted to say publicly, thank you, Josh.
Absolutely. Thank you to Josh. Thank you very much, Josh. And please go get yourself an edition of Theory of Magazine. You can actually find our good friend Essay Artistries is in here. Our dear friend Hanson is also in here, right here. And you can find Chris Twilight is also in here, and several other people, but you can also find yours truly in here.
Friday, Theoria Radio had one of my phones on there too. But I was driving, so I couldn't listen.
Yes. So My dear friend Pamela Walsh here has also been on Theory Radio already. So, Seb, if you're in the house, this may be one of the ones you check out, man. It's pretty good. I don't know, though. The visuals don't really come across on the radio, so, but the poetry does. There's a lot of poems. You missed about 6 poems, so go check it out. Eve's Artistry, Stitch Woman, good to see y'all in here. Thank everybody for coming in. If you missed the show, please go. I will download it tonight and get it loaded over on the YouTubes as soon as I'm able to. Pamela is an absolutely incredible artist. She's an amazing human being. The more you get to know her, I promise you, the more you will like her. The more you see your art, the more you will realize the depth of the human that is Pamela Walsh. So thank you so much for being on here. It was absolutely my honor to get to spend time with you. It was my honor to get to have a conversation with you today. And you have my number. You have now been on the show, and you have my personal information. So should you ever need anything from me, please reach out, because I believe in you 100%. Whatever it is you're doing, I'm in.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful night. Please drop some hearts in the chat, if you would, for our dear friend Pamela. And I very much appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate all your support. Thank you so much, everyone. And Pamela is someone you don't want to sleep on, I promise. I promise. She's amazing. Thank you, Pamela. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for the hearts, folks. There we go. Thank you, everybody. Joshua, keep it between the lines, man. If you hadn't checked out Joshua's show, go in there in the morning time and hang out with Josh, or in the evenings if you can catch him on. You'll also probably catch Pamela on. And you'll be seeing more from Joshua, because believe it or not, Pamela might have put in a good word for him, and that's how things work around here. The more people refer you, the faster things happen. So, at any rate, thank you, Pamela. Thank everyone for joining us. You can catch the Chad Rev Art Show Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 Central. And he's going to do some fun stuff for Halloween. Thursday's Halloween. And late night, he's going to also do another program at midnight. So I hope y'all will come in and check that out. Check out what Pamela Walsh, she's over there. Check out what Pamela Walsh has going on. And I'm one day going to figure out this reverse thing. Who knows? Appreciate everybody. Love y'all. Look forward to seeing you next time. And I'll start doing lives again here pretty soon at night. I've been moving stuff around in the shop. So I'll be back. Appreciate y'all. Much love to you.